All right, like I said, this is EdTech Dialect session on Microsoft Edge browser. It is being recorded, so if you would like to refer to this down the road, I'll make it available to everybody. And if you're tuning in on the recording, if you have any questions, obviously, you can reach out anytime. If you have questions while you're live in the session, you can put those in the chat or just raise your hand or just shout them out. I'll do my best to answer it. So we'll, like I said, get this party started. So the agenda for today, we're going to cruise through a tour, talk about some basics. I think the big thing with this is getting your data, and what I mean by that is like your bookmarks, your favorites, as it's referred to in Edge, and things like that, over from your current browser, which is probably Chrome or maybe Safari, to using in Edge. The biggest thing with all this is being able to go from device to device and not be tied to that device because your tabs are open on that device. And if you go to the teacher station or wherever it is, your work computer, those tabs aren't available for you. We're working to free that up and allow you to go wherever you're at and still be able to get to your bookmarks and your extensions and your tabs. And so that's where Edge is very, very helpful and consistent. And talk about different devices that you can use Edge on, because it will work on pretty much all of your devices, and some different features, some tips and tricks, some things that I thought were cool. We could spend probably a couple hours going through a lot of the different features and how they might apply, but I kind of cherry picked just some different ones that I think are some of the higher level, the top ones. And so first things first, we're going to start on a little tour, take you on a guided tour, much like if you were at like a museum or something like that. And so we're going to start with talking about the start page. And when you open up a new tab or a new window, you're going to be taken to this view right here, which is not unlike something that you might see in Chrome or Safari, where it's got a list of your pen tabs and things like that. And I think the place where Edge differentiates itself is your ability to access all of your MCC items right from this start page. And so instead of having to remember to type in login.montcalm.edu or however you get to it, maybe you go to the web page and navigate through there that roundabout way. From here, if you're signed into Edge, you have access to all of your MCC apps right from here. And you're like, well, Kevin, I don't see all of them. You can click on here and you'll see things like Canvas, MCC Connect, My Montcalm. It makes it very easy for you to get to all of your content, your OneDrive, and things like that. And so that's definitely, if we were to end this session right now, that's a benefit of using Edge. And this is available no matter what device you're on. Obviously, this is on the web. So you cruise in, sign into your account on a teacher station, open up Edge, and just like that, you're going to have access to all of your items right here. So if I back out of here a little bit, oops, I don't know what's going on with my screen here. Tab browsing is a big one. So if you aren't somebody that uses tab browsing, you definitely should. It just allows you to open up a tab, move to a next tab. Most times it's going to be Command T or Alt T is going to open up a new tab on your browser. But Edge kind of takes tab browsing to the next level, and that you can create groups of tabs, and I'll show you that in this session as well. Creating a new page just like you did in Chrome or Safari or Microsoft Explorer, if you still use that, I hope you don't. You just Control N or Alt N will get you a new page open. You're still going to have access to things like favorites and bookmarks. You're going to have access to extensions. So if you use things like a Grammarly extension or a Bitmoji, a lot of you, maybe you attended my session last spring and you learned how to use Bitmoji, or maybe you already did. That's available within Edge as well. And I don't know about you, but I use profiles like crazy because I have to switch from my account to a test user account to show examples and things like that. So profiles are something that are very important to me, and I'll show you how to get from one to the next. Apparently PowerPoint's going to show all matrixy. And like I mentioned, you're going to have access to your MCC apps, which is probably the biggest one right there within Microsoft Edge. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's say you're a new user, you downloaded Edge. So what do you do now? First things first is I would make sure that you download it on all your devices. The reason that we're having this session is because Edge is the browser that we use on all the teacher station computers. It's the browser that we push for all MCC users to use from a consistency standpoint. And so making sure that you have Edge available on all your devices, your mobile device, your personal computers, things like that, means that all of your extensions, bookmarks, history, tabs, things like that are going to be available at your fingertips no matter where you're at, which is very convenient and very consistent, obviously. So no matter what device type you have, it's going to be available for you. In addition, we're going to talk about like some settings. So if I pop over here into Edge, you can see that we already had this page open. But much like you are used to probably if you use Chrome, your settings area is available here. And if you scroll down here, you're going to see all of your different settings. And you can see the list over here. The first thing that you're going to want to do, and I think this is my next step, is going to be probably to import your data from another browser. Now, Edge makes it super easy to do that. So when we're in our settings, okay, we go to our settings area, which is where we're at right now. It's going to take you right to your profiles area. For some reason it doesn't, you can just click on your profiles area and you're going to see this import browser data. Okay. From here, you just click on choose what to import, and it's going to let you select the browser that you're importing from. You can see Chrome is right at the top of the list, alphabetical order thing. And you can also choose what you want to bring over, and you can see there's a lot of different check boxes here in terms of what you want to bring over. Now, I already did this, so I'm not going to do it again, but you can see you can bring over, first and foremost, the question I get the most often is, how do I bring my favorites or bookmarks over? Right there, top of the list, okay? And you can see up at the top, if I were to pop into Chrome right now, these bookmarks, or these favorites, as Edge calls them, are going to be the same as what I brought over when I brought them over from Chrome. So they're all there. But extensions are a big one as well. Like I mentioned, you know, you have your different extensions that you put to use. The Bitmoji one, it's right here, just like it was in Chrome. And I can pull these Bitmojis right into whatever I want to pull into, and settings and things like that. Open tabs is a big one as well. If you're like me, you probably have a ton of open tabs at any given time. I was just telling Heather today, open tabs for me sprout up like mushrooms in your backyard. The conditions are right, and I can't seem to get rid of them. I'll close one and open up 6, you know? And so you can bring those over as well, because those are almost like a security blanket sometimes. But what if I want to reference this at some point? It'll be there for you. So you hit import, and all of that content will come over. And you can even, if you have multiple profiles, you can bring over in Chrome, I should say, you can bring over those specific profiles as well. So very easy for you to do. And that's just how you get to it. I already showed you how to do that. Another big thing that you can do when you're getting started is pin your sites. So if I were to open up a new tab, as I told you how to do, up at the top you have sites that you might visit consistently. Okay, and you can see that they're duplicated here. I can easily get rid of that. But you can add additional sites. So if you wanted a direct link to my Montcalm or something like that, you just click on this plus right over here to the right. It's kind of hard to see. And that will let you add a site right up here. So your home page will have access to all those sites that you commonly visit. In the initial stages, Edge will do a good job of trying to build out based on the sites that you visit. So just a heads up on that. Okay. You can see down below here on the home page a lot of different, I didn't set any of these things up. This is just stuff that was mined for me based on, you know, sites that I visit or sites that they think I might be interested in. But a nice one here is you can see that it also has access to recent PowerPoints and things like that. You can see one that I've been working on recently, obviously, is in my OneDrive, this ETD pop-up Edge session, which you happen to be in right now. This is just an example, and we can quickly get to our OneDrive just like that, okay, and bring us to more. So that's just the getting started piece. That's what I would recommend that you do if you haven't. Obviously, you're going to want to sign in before any of that, but Edge will prompt you to do that. So some of the standard features available, the first one is going to be your appearance. So if I were to pop on over to Edge and go to the settings, which we're already in, you're going to see this appearance tab, and you can set how you want your Edge browser to appear, whether you like the system default or you like the dark mode, which I prefer. You can also set themes as well to kind of change up and get the colors that you would like, and there's some more that I'm not going to dive into right now. In addition, you can choose how you want your new tabs to appear. So if we pop on back, we'll actually open up a new tab. There we go. And you can see that there's actually a settings gear right here. And from here, you can choose how you want things to view. So if you just want to, hey, I don't want all those news articles and things that are going to distract me, you can get rid of those very easily. If you want to be inspired, it's going to bring some artwork into play. And you can really kind of enjoy the anesthetics that provides. If you want all that information, there you go. It makes all those news feeds the primary view. And as always, you can kind of customize and create advanced views as well. But I'll let you explore that. There's also the ability to do quick fill forms. I don't know about you, but when I have a form, it's very nice to be able to not have to type every little thing into it. And here's a very basic one right here. So if I click on the name field, it's going to give me the different pre-existing content that I've set up, okay, for different users. So for me, I have myself, my personal, my work, my daughter's is in here, and my wife as well, because those are ones that I constantly tend to fill out when I'm filling out a form. So let's say I just want to sign up for this web registration with my MCC account. Just like that, it's already there. If there were a physical address form, that stuff would be populated, phone numbers, things like that. You can also bring in financial information, credit cards, things like that. So if you have to pay for something, it makes it very easy for you to do that. But I won't get into that. That stuff's available in the settings area as well. And very easy for you to find that stuff based over here on this left-hand side. All right. Cruising, okay. If you have an inking device, I was trying to get my inking device, my Service Pro fired up, but it's just moving really slow today, so I need to do an update. And the update was happening while I was preparing. I wasn't prepared for, I guess you could say. But if you have like a PDF form that opens in Edge, you can ink right within that form, which is awesome. I know Bill Bishop uses his Surface Pro and was using Microsoft Edge to ink in class on his PDFs that he uses. So inking is native to Edge, and you can very easily do that and edit PDF forms and stuff like that. There's also the Immersive Reader integrated right into Edge. I'm going to show you that along with the reader. So if I go to, let's see here, where's a good article? What is biology? Okay. If I go up here to the address bar and click on it, my reader, of course, is not showing up. That's how it goes when these sessions, let me see here if I can get it. There we go. Okay. So for whatever reason, my reader icon was not showing in the last one, but it is here now. And I can go here and have this read to me. Now, I didn't share it with system audio and I have my earbuds in, but if I click on read aloud, there it is. It's reading to me. If I don't like how fast it's going, I can easily adjust this, make it faster. I can change the voice. There's a lot of different voice options and languages available. So if I wanted this to speak in Spanish, it is reading it to me and translating it into Spanish. And there's different versions of Spanish and different versions of different languages. So I'm going to go ahead and stop that because it's tough for me to present while hearing that. And I'm going to click out of that. And we also have the ability for us to dig into different text preferences. So, I can change the size of the text and make it larger. I can adjust text spacing. Check that out. There's also other adjustments that I can do as well. Grammar tools are cool because I can actually take things and break them apart. This is great for your students. Maybe you're Chad Walden and you teach an English class, and I know that he's used Immersive Reader and the different tools available, or talked about using them, but you can actually like break down and identify different parts of speech and language right from here, and you can see how it does that and color codes it. If I move over, now this is getting to be quite a bit, but if I move over here to reading preferences, this is great because I can actually add a picture dictionary. So if how did I do that? When your cursor changes to a star, I think I need to get the grammar tools out of there. There we go. And that should allow me, of course, it's not going to do it, but it was doing it when I was playing around with this, but it'll actually, oh, there it is. It'll actually, no, it's supposed to do it. Show me a picture. It's going to be stubborn right now. Normally, it will show me a picture of every word, which I thought was very cool. I don't know that you would use it necessarily, but it will show for each word and identify what it is via picture, which is great for accessibility and things like that. So that's just a couple examples of the Immersive Reader in Microsoft Edge and the ability to do the read aloud. If I want to get out of that, I just click back up here again, and it'll take me back to the normal view of what that page is. A big thing, and I'm trying to cut down some time here, is collections. So for those of you that are gathering content and gathering information, collections are an awesome tool. So maybe you're prepping for a class and you're going through looking for your different resources. You don't have to just keep all your tabs open. You can create what's called collections. I know that when I'm doing sessions and I open up a bunch of different tabs and I want them to be available on different devices, currently I have to like send those to myself or list those on like a team site so I can open them up on that different device. Collections, totally get rid of that. So let's say I wanted to add, maybe I got some biology information I wanted to add to a collection. I go up here on the menu bar, and you can see I already have some collections available, but I'm going to create a new collection. And all that I have to do is add that current page just like that. Maybe I want to add another page. I go here. There it is. I'm going to add that page. So you can see I can start building in collections. Maybe I want to add a little note to myself. These first 2 resources are for Unit 1. Okay. And so I can add notes to myself. I can move those notes around. I can bring this up to the top, but I wanted to divide that and make that so I can then add additional ones. Maybe here's a sign up for an extra credit opportunity, so we can add that as well. Okay, and I can bring these when I go to the teacher station, open up these collections or this Edge browser on the teacher station, open up this collections area, and easily open up these sites and open these pages up. You're like, well, what if I want to share these? Well, you can do that easily. You can export to an Excel, and you can see that there's a lot of other ways for you to get these to where you need to get them. Another cool tool, and I was going to show you this later, but you can actually very easily cite all these sources. So maybe you're building, some research on, you need to cite these as well. It'll do the work for you right here in Edge. So just kind of rattling through some cool features here. And like I said, even if I open up Edge on my mobile device, which I plan to share this with you, but I think it's just going to take some time for me to reshare my screen. But all these collections are available. If I can show them to you quick. I was having some syncing issues, so maybe I won't be able to get them to open. Yeah, of course, my collections aren't showing right now. But normally on my mobile device, the collections show up that I just opened. Like I said, I'm having a sync issue right now, but I can get to them wherever I may be so that I can share them with whoever I need to share them with. All right, cool. Moving along. So another quick, just some quick tips. I mentioned the Immersive Reader on the address bar. Well, there's some other cool tools available on the address bar as well. One of the cool tools is I can quickly send this to another device. So like I said, I have Edge on my mobile device. If I wanted to fill out this form on a different device, I could quickly send this to that device, just like that. Maybe you create QR codes. You can easily do that for any site. So I want students to visit this right here. You click on this QR code, and just like that, you can take that QR code and put it in your Canvas page or print it out, put it on the wall with, amongst a flyer or something like that. But it makes it very easy. If this isn't the site you want to use, we can quickly change this to montcalm.edu right from here. Don't need that asterisk there. And we can create a QR code that will take them to montcalm.edu. If you want to add this to your favorites or your bookmarks, if you're used to calling it that, you can do that. If you have folders for your bookmarks, you can take it and place it into one of those folders. Okay, you can easily, just like in Chrome, rearrange those bookmarks by clicking on them and dragging them. You may have noticed up here on my tab browsing bar up here that I have kind of a group that looks kind of funny. I created actually a tab group. Okay, so maybe I have a bunch of articles from EDUCAUSE that I wanted to get through and read, but I don't want them taking up a ton of space. I can create a tab group. And to do that, you just right click on one of the tabs. You can see you can add it to a tab group. You can either add it to an existing one or create a new group. We can label it with a different color. And you can see there's some additional options from here as well. We can actually take this tab group as well and, I can right click on it, and I can add it to a collection very easily. And you can see right here down at the bottom, add all these tabs to a collection. I can add it to an existing one or a new one. I think that collections are kind of like the new up and coming thing that, if you haven't been using collections yet, definitely something that you might want to think about using, just because of the fact that you can get to it from any device that you're on, and you can start building your research. In addition to being able to create collections, let me go ahead and shrink that. I can also, if I don't like my tabs up at the top, there's vertical tabs as well. So we can take those tabs and just bring them around along the left-hand side. So if that's something you prefer, having them over there. The nice thing about this is you can take it and shrink it down. So here are all your tabs right here. You can create new tabs from here. You can adjust, go to your settings very easily. You can pin items as well. So basically, whatever your preference is when it comes to browsing the web, Edge offers you a lot of options with that. Okay, so I mentioned QR codes, the ability for you to send something to an additional device. One of the things that you didn't see in this last one is this web app. So if I were to cruise on over to youtube.com real quick and click on the address bar, you can see a new one pops up, and that actually allows me, if there's a desktop app to install, I can do this very easily right from here and install it right from there. Okay, so that's only available when there's web apps available. I mentioned the vertical tabs. I mentioned the tab groups. Web capture. So a lot of you like to take screenshots, and if you're not sure how to do it on your Windows device or on your OS device, you can easily do that from Edge as well. Just go to your settings area. So maybe, let me go here. I wanted to give a student some feedback on a paper that they wrote and maybe a specific area of it, and I want to take a screenshot. I can do that really easy with the web capture feature here in Edge. So I can capture either the full page or an area. So if I'm just like, hey, you got to work on this and focus on this right here, I can just copy it and then paste it into a chat area. I could take this over. I'm almost positive I can take it over to our Teams chat here and paste it right in there. There it is. And just like that, I shared it with all of you. So very easy to do that right within Edge. And I take screenshots like crazy when I'm building tutorials and overviews and, just an example to send to, one person or many people. Yes, Michelle.
Kevin, can you show that screenshot where you started that in settings?
Yeah. Yes, you're just going to grab it from your yep, you're just going to grab it from your settings area here, but you can see that there's also keyboard shortcuts here as well. So Shift Command S would be mine on my Mac, but I can click on it and do it from there as well. Okay, so Shift Command S also starts it. You can see right from there, I can take a screenshot. Taking a screenshot and just copying it to the clipboard is probably the best way to do it, because it allows you to just paste it wherever you want to. Like, if you're trying to talk to somebody about a problem that you're having or solve an issue or just share information, being able to copy a screenshot real quick from what you're seeing, send it in a Teams chat is a great way for you to all be on the same page. And Edge makes it very easy to do that, obviously. So just a couple more things. Obviously, you can share. So if I pop back over here, just like we were in the settings area before, you can also share. So if I wanted somebody to have, where is it? This form right here. So if I want to share this with you, Michelle, I can just go here and say share, and I can easily, share this to Facebook. I can add it. I could add my own email. I could share this with others, or I could just take this link right here. Not that I can't go to the address bar and copy the link that way as well. So it just increases the share options. You might have seen an Outlook in there as well. Makes it easy to take it to an email and send it out that way. I mentioned the Citations tool. That's also available in the settings area. So if I go back to this little bit about what biology is, and I want to cite that, we can do that right from this settings area by going to more tools. And you can see Cite This is available. If you want to cast this to a device that allows for casting, you can do that as well. So lots of features within here. And that's all that I have, but I think I saw a question or two. Heather asked, can Edge do that reading thing if students are on a content page in Canvas? Yes, and actually Immersive Reader is available right within Canvas as well for a content page. So it just depends on if you want to use the Edge version of Immersive Reader or you want to use the Canvas version of Immersive Reader. They're identical. So that makes it very easy. Is there a way to, Brandy asks, is there a way to show the citation features to students easily? I'm not sure many know about this. Yeah, I mean, if you in your class have Edge up on the screen and you just go to your settings area, one way to do it obviously is just go to the more tools and cite this, and it'll open that sidebar. You can choose your format, good old MLA, and from there, got other different options that you can choose and walk them through. So, and Josiah added the screenshot shortcut from the keyboard for Windows. So perfect. Brandy, I have an online class if possible. You can do a 30-second video. Absolutely. Yep, I'll add it to the list. No problem. I can do that. I'm no citation guru though, so I've written a few papers and gotten a few good grades on papers, but it's been a minute since I did that. So maybe I can work with a citation guru. We can tag team this. But yes, definitely we can get something there. So that's it. I mean, I want to cruise through this, just show you some examples of what you can do in Edge. I think the biggest thing is the consistency that Edge brings from device to device. As far as I can get to my tabs from my mobile device through the Edge syncing, which is great. I showed you how you could easily send a page if you're reading it here in your office and then you got to go, but you don't want to stop reading it. You can send it to your mobile device and very easily view it there. So it's just a very consistent browser. And we have it on all of our teacher stations as well. So you might as well know how to use it. Any other questions? All right, we have some sessions coming up. I just want you to be aware of it. I'm sure you probably already have them on your calendars though. Later this month, March 16, we're going to do a EdTech full session on collaboration and different tools and teams. Hoping that can be more of a roundtable approach rather than me just telling you ideas and things like that, but we can talk about how we've collaborated in teams. I know a lot of you are doing some pretty cool things with Teams channels and private channels and chats and scheduling and bookings and stuff like that. So we're going to focus on those things here in a couple weeks. Then we have the April session on building student relationships, which is kind of going to build off if you attended the ETOM sessions the last couple weeks. It's going to build off that, but it's going to be more unique to the technology tools that we have available for doing things like that, and some of the things that we've already done here at MCC. The last one in May, I know that most of you are done for the term, but we're going to talk about Canvas new quizzes, which is going to be a very important one because the old quiz tool is going away in Canvas if you haven't heard. So it's very important that we get up to speed on how to use new quizzes in Canvas. So if there are any questions, I'm happy to answer those right now. Other than that, thanks for attending. Appreciate it.